Um, did it feel like you were, quote, back in the big time on Monday?
Yeah, I think the whole build up to it, a few days before, and the media attention that we got and the club got, I think definitely felt like when I was back at Birmingham and West Brom. But and it was nice, obviously, the game itself and the atmosphere, and seeing Wadham Road packed out, and it was a fantastic night. Just obviously the result dampened it a little bit, but it was a nice taster for us.
And in terms of your own hour or so, you did hobble a bit as you went off. So was it a struggle to be fit for the game, and how are you now?
Yeah, I mean, if you'd seen the amount of times I was icing from the game on New Year's Day to Monday night, it was incredible. I think I had my foot in the ice bucket for the majority of the time, but no, it was worth it. I wanted to be fit, and once I'd had the sort of X-ray and the scan to show there was nothing serious, then I was always going to try and force myself to be fit. But I said to Wes, the physio and the gaffer, it would have been any game, just not Everton at home in the FA Cup. I would have tried, any game. I would have tried to be fit, and it was just a bit sore, once the fourth goal, when he went to 4-1. The gaffer and Wes were saying, let's get it rested now and ready for Saturday.
And so, from as far as you're concerned, no issue for Saturday?
No, I'd say that the way it was feeling compared to what it was last week, it's 100 times better. So, he's still a little bit sore and achy, but that was to be expected anyway.
So you've played everybody in League Two. You're in the playoff zone. What do you need to collectively sharpen up on to make sure you stay there or go a bit higher?
I think obviously we've felt everyone else out, and everyone knows about us now, and the second half of the season is always going to be more of a battle, obviously, and you're coming down to crunch time and points are at a premium, and there's a little bit more pressure on you to go and win games. But for us, I think our home form has been great. Our away form is the one we've really got to knuckle down on now. That's where we've really got to focus our attention and really just adapt and be better at playing away from home. I think there's times where we've allowed maybe the fans or just the atmosphere to get on top of us at times, and we haven't handled that properly. But I think you learn, and especially going into the second half of the season, we've got some big games. We know that, but we've had some big games in the first half of the season. The Everton game, the last one was good for us, good experience. So yeah, I think we've just got to handle being away from home a little bit better.
And to that end, maybe, I mean, everybody in the midfield, I can hardly think of a player who's not got a progressive thought in their head. So does there need to be sort of an acknowledgement that actually there is some defensive work to do, or maybe, and this is what maybe what the boss is thinking, is there a job for a defensive specialist in there somewhere?
Yeah, I think you're right. We have got some good players going forward, and we can hurt teams going that way. But it's weird really, because I think our home form, defensively we've been very good at home. Obviously barring the Everton game, but I think away from home, like I say, we just have stages where 5 or 10 minute periods where we're a little bit shaking, a bit out of sync, and that's what has cost us basically. So I think it's just cutting out them lapses, periods where things aren't going for us. It's just about then, as you say, galvanising as a team and being a little bit more solid, and not allowing the opposition to really pull us all over the place.
And just lastly, people knew when you signed it was only for 6 months. The boss has said, as far as he was concerned, it's no issue. How close are you to tying up that deal for the rest of the season?
Well, hopefully things will be resolved quickly now, because obviously it's running down, and I think we're under 2 weeks now before it finishes. So yeah, hopefully I'll be speaking with the manager and my agent, and hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later.
Darren, 4-2-3-1 seems to have become 4-1-4-1 a bit more recently, doesn't it? Is that subtle change, but do you think it's made a difference to you?
Yeah, I think sort of start of the season it was more like a 4-3-3 / 4-5-1, and as you say now, it's more of a 4-1-4-1. So yeah, I think we've sort of tweaked it a little bit over certain games, and I think for certain games it's nice to revert back to how we were at the start of the season. But like I say, it's game by game, and whatever the gaffer feels is best for that game, we'll go to. But the good thing is now the lads know the systems. Personnel know their job within that system. So like I say, hopefully the first half of the season has bedded down that, and we can revert to that during games as well. If the gaffer calls on and says, you know, we want to switch it round, everyone knows their jobs and knows what they're doing.
Yeah, you've played in the Premier League, you played in League Two now. What was it like playing against those players on Monday that are there now, and obviously seeing the small differences that make such a big difference, really, isn't it, between 5-1 and getting a result?
Yeah, exactly. You know, when we were, you know, sort of 5-1 at the end of the game, you look at it and think, well, it don't feel like we've really been pulled all over the place or been battered, really, and that's the Premier League for you, and that's the Premier League teams. The higher you go, the fewer chances they get, but they'll take. So maybe as you filter down, you'll get away with a few. But like I say, you can see Everton are a very good team. They're going to be top half of the Premier League, pushing for European football, and they've got some world-class players. So, yeah, I mean, you can see the golfing in difference in terms of chances and quality.
Yeah, if you to get everything sorted out and stay here till the end of the season, do you think in a team pushing promotion or maybe getting promotion to League One, is that all we could have asked for, coming back to playing football again after a year out?
Exactly. You know, and like that's been the aim from day one here, and the gaffer's really been you know, put his point across that promotion is everything this year. We're not aiming for anything else. It's, you know, we want to get promoted, and the lads are the same. You know, very driven dressing room, and everyone wants to be celebrating the end of the year. That's the aim. And we feel like we're more than good enough, and I think there's still a lot to come from us. I still don't think we found that consistency, and when we do, I think we'll be a real force.
Yep, that's